6.8 Jnana-Vijnana-Triptatma Kutastho Vijitendriyaha Yukta Ityuchyate Yogi Samaloshrashma Kanchanaha. Jnana-Vijnana-Triptatma Kutastho Vijitendriyaha. Prabhupada is saying, book knowledge without realization of supreme truth is useless. This is stated as follows: Satashri Krishna Namadina Bhavet Grahim Indriyahi Sevan Mukhehi Chikvadu Swayameva Spuratyataha. So Prabhupada is elaborating on this Jnana-Vijnana-Triptatma. So when this person is controlling the mind, then what happens? Automatically we get Jnana-Vijnana-Triptatma. Immediately we can get realized knowledge. So many people say, I don't feel very, I feel it very theoretical. Many people are not attracted to spiritual life because they feel it, this is very theoretical. Because it's very theoretical, I want something more exciting for my spiritual life. So I'll go to maybe scenic place, or I'll go to maybe more Himalayas. If it's in Sattva-guna, if it's in Rajo-guna, then through my spiritual life, I want to attract more followers. Or through spiritual life, people dance for the sake of publicity or for showing off. See how much I'm doing, see how enjoying I'm, how much I'm enjoying my spiritual life. I'm dancing and I'm eating. So this is more rajasic way of thinking about it. So all this happens because of lack of realization. So lack of realization, by being a part of spiritual life, and more so especially in our situation, after we have come into an association of a society or something like that, you become affiliated to a society, somehow you yourself or others, whether they see or not, whether you yourself, we ourselves see ourselves being seen like that. We think, oh, others will see me like an ISKCON devotee, or others will see me like this devotee. And so we are kind of in that shell. Now, can this be a shell or can this be a way to freedom, is something based on a realization. If I lack realization, then this affiliation is a great, it's a, what do you say, great shell. Because I'm trying to do something without sufficient realization of it, and it is very difficult to continue it. I'm not enjoying it. So it becomes little burdensome, or sometimes we feel artificial and all of this. So Krishna says here, Jnana, so if one actually overcomes the demands of the mind, jitatmana prashantasya Paramatma samahitaha. So one has overcome the dictates of the mind, then one actually meets the Lord more and more closely. Paramatma samahitaha. To that extent, he controls the mind. Proportionately, he meets the Lord more closely. Now, as he meets the Lord, what does it mean to meet the Lord? Of course, it doesn't mean, in this context, it doesn't mean meeting the Lord in his personal form as Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, because that Lord is not achieved simply by controlling the mind. Understand? Important to realize this in the context. There are three features of the absolute truth: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. To understand the form of the Lord as Swayam Bhagavan, Hari, as he sports in the Yamuna, as he is performing pastimes with his devotees, this form can be understood only by loving devotional service. It cannot be attained even by controlling the mind. Okay? What Krishna talks about is, if you control the mind, you can actually understand what the nature of the self is gradually. That's what Krishna says. So, and then gradually, to some extent, because if you understand what the self is, it's like if you understand the sample size of a ocean, We also understand how salt is the entire ocean, is it not? Similarly, by understanding the nature of the soul, one can also appreciate the nature of the entire, the Supreme Soul, who's the source of all that exists. So Krishna here talks about understanding the Lord more so in an impersonal way, or maybe very partially personal way. So Jnana-Vijnana-Triptatma. So if we discipline the mind, then what happens? Jnana-Vijnana-Triptatma, then there is automatically acquired realized knowledge simply by sublating the mind. Now we also say that from the Krishna devotional standpoint. We say anartha nivritti. After anartha nivritti, what is it? Nishtha. Simple. Nishtha is the point of controlling the mind. And after, immediately when Nishtha comes, then the Ruchi comes. Right? That's what we also say. So Krishna says Triptatma. What is Triptatma? Ruchi. Ruchi, right? So Jnana-Vijnana-Triptatma. So there is transcendental realization, which can be compared to a state of Nishtha in one sense, you could say. Not exactly parallel, but not exactly replicable, but you could say somewhat close. So the point I'm trying to make is we have to have realization. If we don't have realization, Krishna conscious might appear like a burden. Especially if you have been around as a devotee for quite some time, say 1-2 years, then somehow you have been habituated being a devotee. We won't have so many material friends. We have said bye to them, and we don't know them also. And that's like for myself, I can't have Krishna conscious. I don't have any non-devotee friends. Even if I want, I cannot. No one will be there. More or so, even from college, I have not had anyone. But say if I'm like not having any realization also right now it might appear pretentious in association of devotees or being with someone or talking to someone. It might appear very pretentious and it might appear like I'm putting some false picture or something. When would all this happen? Jnana-Vijnana-Triptatma, when there is lack of realization. And when does this happen? When ajitendriya, if you have not controlled the senses, then there is lack of realization. But Jnana-Vijnana-Triptatma kutastha vijitendriya, if you have controlled the senses, and if the mind is fixed in one place, kutastham, kutastham, then what happens? Then yukta ityuchyate yogi samaloshrashma kanchanaha. So this devotee will see a gold, loshtra and ashmam, kanchanaha, pebbles, stone and gold, samam, he sees. Imagine, I'm walking across the street, I'll see loshtra, ashma, kanchanaha equally. This is called Jnana-Vijnana-Triptatma. Why? How does he see that? Because the value that he has seen, it's like there is a difference between 10 rupees and 100 rupees and 1000 rupees. 10 rupees, say, is stone. 100 rupees maybe is pebbles. 1000 rupees maybe is gold. Now, what if I have, say, $100 billion? Compared to $100 billion, 1000 is also zero. 100 is also zero. 10 rupees is also zero. Is it not? Because I have $100 billion. Similarly, Jnana-Vijnana-Triptatma means I have realized the nature of my own existence to be beyond anything which is effervescent, anything beyond that changes, anything beyond that is within the pressings of time. And this is something not as an information that I have achieved in the 9 p.m. reading class, or I have heard in some lecture or Bhakti Vriksha or temple Sunday feast class, or no, not that. Within your own heart, you have realized it. Can it happen to me? Why not? When the heart is purified, immediately Krishna will give it to us. But we should ask Krishna. Krishna, I want this realization. Krishna, I want this realization, actually, that I'm not this body, so that I can serve you easily. Because the more I think I'm this body, I'm having more obstacles in serving you. So we must ask Krishna. Then we can actually, Krishna will fulfill it for us. You see? So I stop here. Any questions or comments are available. Thank you, devotees. Hare Krishna.